Solve the equation 1/2 times 6 equals negative 5/4 z minus 1/8 times the quantity of negative 4z plus 6. So when we're asked to solve an equation, we're trying to get the variable isolated or completely by itself on one side of the equal sign. Well, here, first we have that variable z in two different spots on the right side of the equal sign in two different terms. We also have a lot of fractions in this equation, and we also have parentheses where we're going to have to use the distributive property. Now, the first thing we should do is try to get rid of the fractions, make the problem a little bit easier to work with our integers. In order to do that, the first thing we can recognize is that the left side of the equation is a constant and will actually simplify all on its own to an integer. We have 1/2 times 6, which is 3. So let's change that first. Instead of 1/2 times 6, we'll have 3 equals negative 5/4 z minus 1/8 times negative 4z plus 6. Now we still have fractions on the right side of the equation, so this is where we want to take advantage of using the least common denominator to get rid of them. If we multiply everything in the equation, or all the terms, by that least common denominator, it will get rid of the fractions. We're looking at denominators of 1, 4, and 8. So the least common denominator is going to be 8. So let's multiply 3 by 8, negative 5/4 z by 8, and negative 1/8 by 8. We're not going to multiply what's inside the parentheses by 8 because that term is being taken care of when we multiply the negative 1/8 by 8. So that will give us 24 equals negative 10 z minus 1 times the quantity of negative 4z plus 6. And voila, we've gotten rid of the fractions. By multiplying again, we did that by multiplying by the LCD, that least common denominator. So now we can distribute our negative 1. Make sure you're distributing the negative sign as well. So that will give us negative 1 times negative 4z is plus 4z, and negative 1 times 6 is then negative 6. We'll combine our like terms, so that will give us 24 equals negative 6z minus 6. So then to isolate the variable z, we'll add 6 to both sides. That will give us 30 equals negative 6z. And then finally, we'll divide by negative 6 on both sides, which will give us negative 5 equals z. Or if we flip the sides of the equation, it's the same as z equals negative 5. Answer choice A.